Hey, you guys, I'm back. Okay, so I promised you a straight channel, no cards, no pendulum. Okay, before I do that, hopefully I'll say it better this time than I did the first time around in the first video of the day of Monday, the 25th. So Pampered Pets Psychic Podcast. We're still Spirit Team and I are still figuring out a date for that. Okay. It will be held twice a month on Substack. Okay. But the very first time anyone from YouTube and anyone who is a paid subscriber on Substack will be able to join this podcast. Okay. This is going to be done on Zoom. It's I'll send you the link. So when it's about when I pick a date, I'll let you know, and then email me for my link. Okay. Also, but after that first one, it's going to be Substack paid subscription only. Okay. That's what I'm being told to do, and I'm not going to argue with them, because every time I do something the opposite of what they say, I end up paying for that in one way or another. Okay? This video is for entertainment purposes only. You know what we're going to talk about, don't you? They want me to channel them for some direct messages about Rump roast going away for good. Can't come back. Well, he could come back from it in another life, but not going to come back from it for good. I keep seeing these. You know, I love me some TV, right? It's not really TV. I love movies, right? So I get a bunch of suggestions on my Fire Stick. All right, my Fire Stick. I get a bunch of suggestions. And I keep seeing these things, like these video titles of Death by Dawn, movie titles of Death by Dawn, or Dead by Sunrise, or Death of a Turtle, or Death of a Mourning Dove, or something. I mean, those aren't exact. The first one is, but those aren't exact. But similar. I don't want to be blurting out any, trademark names or copyright names or anything like that. But you just can't keep ignoring the signs, okay? Right in front of my face. I also just had a really good, let me write this down. I had a really great idea for a short video on Substack. Hold on. Okay. So sorry. I had to write that down because I will forget. All right, so let me take a couple of deep breaths. Oh, get comfortable. Erg. Okay. I'm still wearing my Freddy shirt. All right. All right. Let me connect. Okay, Spirit Team. We want to talk about the permanent extraction of Rump roast. See, just said it again, Death by Dawn. I don't think this dawn, but yeah, they're saying not this dawn, but definitely. Okay, they're telling me, yeah, that stuff that they're trying to hide. Now, we already know about that stuff. And many other readers know it too, and other intuitive people, whether they know it or not. We already know that things are being hidden. So how long are they going to be able to hide it for? Around 3 weeks. after it happens. Disappear. They just said disappear, disappear. They want to remind you, do you see how he's amped things up? He's amped things up. Now, we're going to be able to take a deep breath this week, okay? We're on Wednesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, okay? We'll be able to take a deep breath. Well, gird your loins. Take that deep breath. Gird your loins, they're telling me. This isn't so much, I mean, it does affect us physically, but this isn't so much about a physical action that's taken. It's about the mental effects that it has on us. All these things are done to create a specific mental effect in us. All of these things. Other than the reason he's just doing them to be salty and nasty. Okay, that's all. They're nasty and salty too. That's all. The only reason he's doing these things. It's a type of control. We know this. Many of us come from have had traumatizing lives. We've had things happen to us over and over and over and over that were traumatizing. Many of us have had maybe one thing that's happened to us that was so traumatizing that we've had a hard time moving past that. He feeds off this. Thank you, Spirit Team. He feeds off that. He knows people are traumatized because he was traumatized. That person that, and you guys keep telling me this guy's name, and at this point it doesn't really matter what his name is, but that his mentor, even though he walked into that situation willingly, I don't think he knew what he was in for. First, he had daddy issues. Honestly, I can't believe that his father left him anything. Because his father hated him. Ignored him. Treated him like he didn't exist. Like he was worthless. Right? Okay, so he moved from that trauma, as many of us do, especially people with a bunch of childhood trauma. We tend to gravitate towards the same types of people that traumatized us in the first place because it's in our comfort zone. It's familiar is more the word they want me to use is familiar. It's not comfortable, but it is familiar, and familiarity can be comfortable, even if it's painful. Right? Pain can be comfortable because we're used to it until, and we're okay with it until we're not, right? Till we discover that it's not as comfortable as we think it is, right? So he experienced that too. And please, I am not excusing him. Listen, I have to take responsibility for my own actions, and I expect that other people have to take responsibility for theirs as well. So I just want to lay that out right now. I'm not excusing him. And I'm not ever going to. Whether I understand spiritually that he's a catalyst for the change that we need, that we asked for, the collective asked for. Okay? Whether or not I realize that, I'm still not going to, I won't say forgive. That's the wrong word. That's the human me talking. I'm not going to overlook that stuff. He gets to take responsibility just like the rest of us have to. All right, so anywho, back to Spirit Team. So he walked out of one situation of trauma right into another with this mentor of his. Oh, this mentor was eating him up, okay? He was ripe. He was ready. He was just the kind of person this guy was looking for to manipulate and control and wield their own power over. This is how R0AST'S learned how to wield that type of power psychologically, because it was done to him. He literally learned from the best. And then he test drove that power. Let me see if this will really work. Yep. And he just kept add more onto it, more stuff, more psychological warfare onto the psychological warfare. The psychological manipulation grew and grew and grew, and this is what we've ended up with. This is what he ended up turning into. Totally separated from his soul. But Spirit Team is telling me that his soul is getting ready to take control back. His soul has told him, you're all done now. You did what you were supposed to do. We don't need any more. They don't need any more. Because when he is gone for good, we're still going to have stuff to deal with afterwards. There's going to be an aftermath. So it is good to take a deep breath, and it's going to be good to be grateful. Okay? And Spirit Team is saying that when the aftermath hits, to continue with gratitude. Because gratitude is the only thing that is going to get us through this. Gratitude that he didn't get as far as he wanted to. Gratitude that a bunch of countries haven't gone boom. A bunch of countries. And we're not going to ignore the wars that are going on in other places. That's not what I'm saying. Okay? Now I want to put this so it's understandable. What they're telling me is, yes, awful things are happening in places that we don't live in. So number one, let's be grateful for that. That we're not living in it. So what do? Sit and bemoan what's happening to other places? Yes, we notice it. Yes, we empathize. Yes, we're compassionate towards these other places. Of course. But we need to be the real strength, they're telling me. The real strength. Not that, oh, America's so great and it's the best country in the world while the underhanded BS is going on. Okay? But for us to be the real, authentic strength. Because other countries have been showing us their authentic strength. And I thought we were a bunch of badasses. Let's start acting like it. We are going to be a very large part, not the only part, not the only country, not the only piece of this, but we're going to be a very large part of what it looks like to the rest of the world to stand up on our own 2 feet and to not allow what has happened, the awful things that have happened, to not allow them to be our downfall. As humans, forget as a country. How about human beings? We live on the planet, not just the United States. So we are being called. That when the crap hits the fan and these the bad actors are finally all gone bye-bye, that we don't let ourselves get complacent again. That we remember what it feels like to lose our rights. They're also telling me something I don't even want to hear, but it needs to be said. We think we're so free in America. So free. If we were that free, aside from the bad actors in our country, if we were that free, we wouldn't need all these laws. Laws are meant to keep people in line. We have as much freedom as we're given. And he has proved that. So we would do well to remember that the freedoms that we have and the freedoms that we had are wonderful things. But the type of country that we are looking to live in is the type of country where we don't need a bunch of laws to keep us in line, where we know what the right next thing to do is, where we work together as communities, where we are compassionate for one another as a collective on a human level. We essentially, and at the end of the day, we create our own reality. And again, and I keep harping, but getting a whole lot of comments where it's like people aren't hearing me. People aren't hearing Spirit Team. Spirit Team keeps saying to focus on what you want and how that feels to have what you want, rather than what you don't want. Oh, I want him out. No. You want him out. Nope. Nope. That's not the way. We got to stop doing that. I'm guilty of it too. I'm just more aware of myself now than I was before, right? So I can correct that. I have a picture of Kamala Harris being sworn in. I have a picture of her beautiful face. It's my favorite picture of her. She just, with that youthful look on her face, the belief, the look of I believe. That's what that look is. I have those things on my walls so I can refer to those pictures when I'm saying, oh, I wish he was gone. Okay, we all wish he was gone. Okay, we all wish he was gone. Okay, now let's redirect that. This is how it feels. Not I wish she was, or when she is, even, or when she's going to be. Not even that. We have to start telling ourselves she's there. She's already there. And this is how it feels for her to be there. So, I guess that's it. Because they have shut down. They said, you're done, Shelley. And believe me, I will get on their backsides for scolding. But sometimes we all need to be scolded, including myself. Gotta be honest though, if a human tried to scold me like that, there'd be an issue. But my Spirit Team, they can scold me like that, and I'll do that with them. But me and Spirit Team are gonna be fine. And you and I are gonna be fine. We're gonna be beyond that. She's there, and this is how it feels. All right, you guys. Much love, many blessings. I'll see you in the funny paper.